the better, I'm ready to hear the next line.
Gotta love Sam's new attitude.
Yes, Sam, we all appreciate your enthusiasm. Keep it up!
You know what, George? Why don't you read again? You're so good at it.
A little bit of a suck-up, but okay. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty, to ourselves and our posterity.
That seems pretty obvious. That means for us and for those who come after us.
The future of our country. That's a pretty big order.
Why don't we hire a fortune teller? You know, with a crystal ball and that whole bit.
Yeah, but that would kind of be like saying the future of our nation depends on somebody who works in a tent.
We need something positive here. Something that shows that even though things change, other things just never will.
We need to show that America will exist for our great-grandchildren and even their great-grandchildren.
Right.
Like a time capsule. Wow, this is really
So
great.
right for a time capsule. Just shut up.
Sounds better. Where'd your physical play? They came up with this Green Day CD. You talked about how music has changed over the years. They couldn't believe the old Beatles 45 I brought in. I think some of them have never seen a record player before. Actually, every single one of them has never seen a record player.
My kids want to put in this map. I mean, think of how the world might change in 100 years. It wasn't that long ago when Russia was the Soviet Union. Also, countries had many different names in the past. And not even 100 years ago, we didn't even have 50 states. Or I guess it was 100 years ago. They also want to put in this calculator. I guess I'm showing my age when I admit that I had to learn the slide rule and math.
Look at this picture of the International Space Station my student shows. To them, landing on the moon is just a historical fact. They were born into a world where men had already visited the moon.
I remember the first time we visited the moon. One small step for man. One giant leap for mankind. Well, the sound effects.
No, I have a student who's so spacey. I believe he's already been to Mars, made some friends with aliens, and missed his flight back to Earth.
My kids want to put in this postcard newspaper.
Wow, the World Trade Center. Is that what the article is about too?
Yes, this is the New York Times from September 12, 2001, the day after. For several panic-stricken hours yesterday morning, people in lower Manhattan witnessed the inexpressible, the incomprehensible, the unthinkable.
One plane, then another crash from the Twin Towers. Who would have ever thought?
Police officers warned people in the vicinity to move north, that the buildings could fall. But most people found that unthinkable. They stayed put or gravitated closer. Abruptly, there was an ear-splitting noise. The South Tower shook, seemed to list in one direction, and then began to come down, imploding upon itself.
Remember Terry, who used to work here? She lost her brother in that tower.
A cloud of smoke reminiscent of an atomic bomb rose upward, and then descended to street level and sped uptown. People began running, chased by the smoke. The air rained white ash and plastic dust, filling people until they looked ghostly.
Not long after, the other tower came down too.
Right. Listen to this. Many of the onlookers stayed put, frozen in horror. Slowly, the next thought crept into their consciousness. The other tower would come down too. People started walking briskly north until the premonition became real. Another horrifying eruption as one floor after another seemed to detonate.
That was the most awful day. I still feel sick thinking of thousands who lost their lives.
Again, people ran. Many of them stopped at Canal Street and watched the smoke dissolve. People cried at what they saw. A crystalline sky with nothing in it.
again. Like the bomb of Pearl Harbor.
My kids took a different approach to this time capsule.
How?
Well, they always knew that there'd be a lot of changes in the world. That's what's so special about time capsules. They record those changes. So my kids wanted to put something in that, in essence, hasn't changed in over 200 years, and hopefully never will.
Now, what could that be?
A copy of the U.S. Constitution. Our country is relatively young. We've had a lot to go through. We've had a lot of challenges to our rights and freedoms. My kids wanted to show that the Constitution will always be the backbone to our country's government, even 100 years in the future.
Good for them. Well, I have a lot of hope for the future of America for these kids.
Well, the future of America is safely in the hands of every little bitty boy and girl.
Because the children of today wake up tomorrow in a whole lot safer world.
You gotta teach them about the country and how it all began. Gotta make them feel good inside. And if you bring them up right, hold them real tight, they're gonna grow up with American pride. I'm just a patriotic flag waving, country loving, trailblazing, Yankee Doodle good old boy. I'm as red, white, and blue as my daddy and my granddaddy. Lordy, I'm a real McCoy. No one might not see the flag this 4th of July. You wanna pick them up and hold them high. And tell them kids we were born in the USA, and we're American as apple pie. Well, the future of America is safely in the hands of every little bitty boy and girl.
You gotta teach them on the day so tomorrow they can grow up in a whole lot safer world.
And when the future generations are looking back in time, hope they got a kind word or two. And though the future of the world is that every boy and girl learn how it's up to me and you. I'm just a patriotic flag waving, country loving, trailblazing, Yankee Doodle good old boy. I'm as red, white, and blue as my daddy and my granddaddy. Lordy, I'm a real McCoy. And if you grow, you can grab, you can moan and grow, but there ain't no better place to live. Just remember we're free in the USA because the patriot was willing to give. I'm just a patriotic flag, living country, loving, trail